Did you know this? Every meal you choose is not just about filling your stomach. It is quietly shaping your heart's health and lifespan every single day. We often think heart disease only happens when we get older, or that it only affects people who overeat, smoke, or drink a lot of alcohol. But the truth is a lot scarier. Heart disease is the #1 cause of death worldwide, taking more lives than any other illness combined, including cancer. The most dangerous part? Those silent killers can be hiding in everyday foods you already know, even ones advertised as healthy and good for you. In this video, I am going to reveal the 11 most common foods that are secretly damaging your heart. And even more importantly, I will show you simple, realistic swaps you can make to protect your heart without giving up the flavors you love. Stay with me until the very end, because what you learn today could be the deciding factor that helps you live longer, stay healthier, and fully enjoy those amazing years with the people you love most. Before we begin, leave a really positive comment like, "I love and protect my heart every day," as a promise to yourself for a healthier journey. And do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can stay with us as we take care of our health, starting from the simplest everyday choices. So what exactly are they? The answer is coming up right now. One of the biggest culprits quietly damaging our hearts every single day is refined sugar and high fructose corn syrup. When you consume a large amount of refined sugar or high fructose corn syrup, your body can run into insulin resistance, meaning the hormone insulin is no longer effective at moving glucose into your cells for energy. When insulin is not doing its job, blood sugar stays high, and your liver gets overworked, trying to convert that extra sugar into fat. A lot of that fat ends up building up around your internal organs as visceral fat, which is the most dangerous type of fat for heart health. And it does not stop there. When your blood sugar is frequently high, your body goes through a process called glycation, where sugar sticks to proteins in the blood and forms advanced glycation end products. These advanced glycation end products damage blood vessel walls, drive low-grade inflammation, and play a major role in forming arterial plaque, which directly leads to heart attacks, strokes, and a long list of other serious cardiovascular problems. High fructose corn syrup, the ultra-processed sugar commonly found in soda, energy drinks, and packaged sweets, can be even more harmful than regular table sugar. The fructose in high fructose corn syrup is not used directly by your cells. Instead, it forces your liver to work overtime to process it, which can lead to fatty liver and sharply increase unhealthy blood fats, called triglycerides, a key factor that raises the risk of plaque buildup and heart disease. Just one small can of soda can contain as much as 10 to 12 teaspoons of sugar, far beyond what your body should take in for an entire day. Long-term studies have confirmed that a high sugar habit, especially from high fructose corn syrup, increases the risk of cardiovascular disease by 20 to 30%, even in people who still live an active lifestyle. Even more dangerous, products containing high fructose corn syrup are often cleverly disguised under labels like fruit juice, sports drink, or nutritious breakfast, which causes a lot of people to choose them by mistake. Every time we accidentally drink a soda or eat a pack of sweet pastries, we are giving those silent injuries another chance to build up inside the cardiovascular system. Number 2. Industrial seed oils. Most people do not realize that over 90% of the vegetable oil consumed in the United States today comes from just 3 types of oils. They are cheap, easy to mass produce, and heavily promoted as healthy, rich in omega-3, and good for the heart. But the truth behind them is the complete opposite. The biggest problem with industrial seed oils is that they contain far too much omega-6 compared to omega-3. Your body needs a delicate balance between omega-3 and omega-6 to keep inflammation responses healthy, but these oils can completely throw that ratio off. A diet overloaded with omega-6 can trigger long-lasting, low-grade inflammation throughout the body, and the blood vessels and heart tend to be some of the most heavily damaged targets. Chronic inflammation is at the root of many serious conditions, from plaque buildup in the arteries and high blood pressure to heart attacks and strokes. When blood vessels stay inflamed, the vessel walls become easier to damage, and unhealthy cholesterol, called low-density lipoprotein, can build up more easily, forming dangerous plaques. Over time, the arteries narrow, blood flow gets restricted, and the heart has to strain and work harder every day. On top of that, the modern process of producing industrial seed oils can also create other harmful substances like aldehydes and oxidized lipid compounds. These drive intense oxidative stress, damage the lining of blood vessels, and speed up the plaque building process. Number 3. Foods fried in reused oil. Let us be honest, golden fried chicken, crispy fried fish balls, and warm, sweet-smelling donuts are hard to resist. But behind that tempting look is a serious threat to heart health, and it comes from the chemical changes happening in the frying oil itself. When cooking oil is heated to high temperatures, especially when it is used again and again, the fat molecules break down and form extremely toxic byproducts such as aldehydes, lipid peroxides, and acrylamide. Among these, aldehydes, which are volatile chemical compounds, are known to be especially damaging to cells, particularly the endothelial cells that line the inside of your blood vessels. Aldehydes can trigger strong inflammation in the vessel walls, increase oxidative stress, and accelerate the formation of arterial plaque. Once the endothelial lining is damaged, unhealthy cholesterol, called low-density lipoprotein, can enter the vessel wall more easily and build up over time, leading to hardened arteries, which is one of the fastest paths to heart disease, heart attacks, and strokes. What is even more concerning is that foods fried in reused oil, like fried chicken from many fast food chains, fried snacks from street vendors, or tempura in restaurants, are often cooked in oil that has been heated from morning to night, sometimes even reused across multiple days. Every time that oil is reheated, more aldehydes and free radicals are produced, and the toxicity gets worse. And it is not just the heart. Aldehydes have also been linked to neurodegenerative diseases and cancer. A few pieces of fried chicken every week might not cause an obvious problem right away, but those small injuries can add up, and eventually the price can be your health or even your life. Number 4. Processed meats. During processing, these meats are often treated with nitrates and nitrites to keep their color and extend shelf life. Once inside the body, these chemicals can easily turn into compounds that oxidize low-density lipoprotein cholesterol. Oxidized cholesterol attacks blood vessel walls, triggers inflammation, thickens and stiffens the vessels, and step by step helps form arterial plaque. You do not even have to eat a lot. Regularly eating processed meat, even in small amounts, can still push forward the slow buildup of hidden blood vessel damage day after day. Large studies have shown that the habit of eating processed meats is directly linked to a higher risk of coronary artery disease, no matter whether you smoke or are overweight. Simply choosing these convenient foods is enough to put your heart in a higher risk zone than normal. To protect your heart, there is really no substitute for cutting processed meats down as much as possible and choosing fresh, clean protein sources that are minimally processed. Number 5. Packaged industrial baked goods. Packaged baked goods are basically a perfect combination of the silent factors that weaken blood vessels, sky-high refined starch and sugar, plus artificial fats designed to extend shelf life. The fast spike in glucose after eating these pastries forces insulin to surge to control blood sugar. Each time that happens, your blood vessels take a strong biological hit, and over time it damages the delicate endothelial lining, clearing the way for the first plaques to quietly form. Even scarier, according to decades-long research from Harvard University, regularly eating just one small packaged pastry a day can raise the risk of coronary artery disease by up to 37%. That is not a small number, but people often brush it off because they think, it is just a tiny pastry, how bad could it be? Another dangerous thing about these pastries is that they do not keep you full for long. Refined starch is absorbed so quickly that hunger comes back soon, creating a loop of craving, eating more, storing fat, triggering inflammation, and damaging blood vessels. So with one harmless little habit, the heart gets worn down day after day without you even noticing. Number 6. White bread, white rice, white pasta. Unlike whole grains, which are naturally rich in fiber, Refined foods like white bread, white rice, and white pasta have had almost all of the bran and germ removed. That is why once they enter your body, they turn into glucose almost immediately, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar. Every time blood sugar shoots up like that, the blood vessel system, especially the tiny vessels that feed the heart, takes on a huge amount of stress. To handle it, the pancreas is forced to release a large amount of insulin to put out the glucose flood. But that rescue comes with a cost, because it also quietly activates inflammation in the blood vessels. The more often your blood sugar swings up and down like a roller coaster, the easier it is for the endothelial cells in your vessel walls to get damaged, lose flexibility, and lose their ability to repair themselves. And that is the quiet but certain starting point for conditions like plaque buildup, high blood pressure, and heart disease. The danger is that these foods show up constantly at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, from white toast with butter to a bowl of soft white noodles to a plate of fragrant white rice. And day after day, meal after meal, the damage inside the blood vessels keeps building with no warning signs until serious complications finally appear. Number 7. Low-fat milk and industrial skim milk. For a long time, low-fat and skim milk have been marketed as a heart-healthy choice, but the truth behind them is surprisingly different. When the natural milk fat is removed, the final product does not just lose its original rich flavor, it also loses a large portion of valuable nutrients like vitamins A, D, and E, which are fat-soluble and important for heart health. To replace the creaminess and appeal that got stripped away, manufacturers often add refined sugar, artificial sweeteners, or flavoring to low-fat milk. The result is that you think you are choosing a drink that is good for your heart, but in reality you may be taking in hidden sugar, one of the biggest drivers of blood vessel inflammation, unhealthy blood fats, and higher cardiovascular risk. And it does not stop there. The quality of protein and minerals in industrial low-fat dairy can also drop significantly compared to natural whole milk. That gap weakens the body's overall nourishment and can negatively affect the endothelial function of blood vessels, which is extremely sensitive to micronutrient deficiencies. Recent studies have also found that people who consume a lot of industrially processed, low-fat dairy products have higher rates of cardiovascular disease and metabolic syndrome than people who consume whole, unprocessed dairy or whole foods, rich in naturally occurring nutrients. Number 8. Alcoholic drinks. A cold beer on a hot summer day, a glass of wine with dinner, or a colourful cocktail at a party can all feel like harmless little pleasures. But the truth is that alcohol can quietly damage the heart in ways most people would never expect. When you drink alcohol, your body prioritizes breaking it down before any other nutrients because alcohol is treated as a toxin. That process forces the liver to work overtime, which can lead to visceral fat buildup around the liver, the heart, and other vital organs. Visceral fat is not like the fat under your skin. It is the most dangerous type because it releases inflammatory molecules that harm blood vessels, promote plaque buildup, and raise the risk of a heart attack. On top of that, frequent alcohol use can weaken the heart's natural pumping ability, leading to a condition known as alcohol-related cardiomyopathy. The heart becomes less flexible and pumps blood less effectively, which can cause swelling, fatigue, and a higher risk of heart failure. Sweet cocktails can be especially dangerous because they do not just contain alcohol. They are often mixed with large amounts of refined sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and artificial sweeteners. This combination can spike blood sugar while also putting extra pressure on the liver and the heart at the same time, basically a double hit to cardiovascular health. Number 9. Ready-to-eat frozen meals. In today's busy life, ready-to-eat frozen foods like frozen pizza, packaged lasagna, and breaded chicken nuggets have become a quick rescue for many meals. But behind that convenience are quiet dangers to the heart that very few people notice. The biggest issue with ready-to-eat frozen foods is their extremely high sodium content. Sodium is added to help preserve the food longer and boost flavor, but when you take in too much, it becomes one of the heart's biggest enemies. Excess sodium raises blood pressure, forces the heart to work harder to pump blood and can directly damage blood vessel walls. Over time, those walls get thicker, stiffer, and lose their natural elasticity, which is one of the fastest paths to plaque buildup, heart attacks, and strokes. And that is not all. Many frozen meals are also loaded with saturated fat, trans fat, hidden sugar, and other chemical additives. These ingredients promote chronic, low-grade inflammation in the body and increase the risk of metabolic syndrome, type 2 diabetes, and other cardiovascular problems. Did you know that just one tempting serving of frozen pizza can contain nearly 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which is about 0.04 ounces, almost half of the maximum sodium you should have in an entire day, in just one meal? If these convenient choices become a habit, your heart may end up paying a high price with weaker beats and silently damaged blood vessels, and by the time you realize it, it may already be too late. Number 10. Foods high in preservatives and artificial additives. In today's food world, preservatives and artificial additives are almost everywhere, from snacks and breakfast cereal to deli meats and bottled drinks. Compounds like butylated hydroxyanisole and butylated hydroxytoluene are added to extend shelf life and keep foods looking fresher and more appealing. But the price of that convenience can be hidden health risks that many people do not realize. Many studies have suggested that butylated hydroxyanisole and butylated hydroxytoluene may cause oxidative stress in the body, a dangerous imbalance between free radicals and your natural defense systems. When oxidative stress drags on, it quietly damages the endothelial cells lining your blood vessels, kicks off chronic inflammation, and clears the path for plaque to build up, step by step, pushing the cardiovascular system closer to danger. Not only that, oxidative stress can also reduce the natural elasticity of blood vessels, making high blood pressure much easier to develop. Over time, the heart has to strain and work harder, significantly increasing the risk of heart attacks and strokes with no warning signs. Number 11. Industrial vegetarian foods. In recent years, eating vegetarian has become more and more popular, with the belief that it improves health and protects the heart. But not every vegetarian food is truly good for you, especially industrial vegetarian products like Beyond Meat, plant-based burgers, or packaged meat substitutes. Behind appealing labels like vegan and plant-based is an uncomfortable truth. Many of these products are packed with chemical additives, low-quality industrial vegetable oils, artificial stabilizers, and synthetic flavoring designed to imitate the texture and taste of animal meat. Instead of getting the natural benefits of plants, our bodies may end up taking in a steady stream of inflammation triggers that slowly wear down heart health day by day. Industrial vegetable oils, which are high in omega-6 fatty acids, can be especially harmful when the balance with omega-3 is thrown off. That imbalance can promote chronic inflammation in blood vessels, damage the vessel walls, and accelerate plaque buildup. Combined with additives and preservatives, this mix can become a breeding ground for serious problems like cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and metabolic syndrome. Many studies have suggested that ultra-processed vegetarian foods can be just as harmful to health as processed foods made from animal products. That shows something important. Eating vegetarian does not automatically mean you are healthy. It also depends on what you choose and how processed it is. Now, after understanding these hidden dangers in everyday foods, the best news is that we can absolutely take control and protect our hearts, starting with simple but powerful swaps. If you want to cut back on dangerous sugar, do not force yourself to completely give up sweetness. Instead, choose natural sources like berries such as strawberries, blueberries, and raspberries, or use organic stevia and erythritol, safer sweeteners that do not spike blood sugar but still satisfy your taste. For fats, say goodbye to bottles of overly refined industrial seed oils. Instead, extra virgin olive oil, cold-pressed avocado oil, and grass-fed beef tallow are excellent options. They provide healthier fats that can help reduce inflammation, protect blood vessels, and may even support a more positive blood lipid profile. When it comes to protein, instead of relying on processed meats packed with chemicals, prioritize fresh, natural meat or wild-caught ocean fish. These whole foods are not only nutrient-dense, they also provide natural omega-3 fats that help protect blood vessel walls and support a steady heart rhythm. When you are craving a snack, instead of packaged snacks loaded with sodium and additives, choose whole nuts like almonds, walnuts, and pumpkin seeds, or naturally made vegetable snacks that are freeze-dried to help preserve freshness and nutrition. When you are thirsty, go with pure water, unsweetened herbal tea, or fresh vegetable juice instead of sodas and energy drinks packed with sugar and chemicals. And finally, one small change that is incredibly important. Finish dinner at least 3 hours before you go to sleep. This not only helps your digestion work more efficiently, it also gives your liver, your heart, and your entire circulatory system time to recover naturally while you sleep. The heart does not speak up when you accidentally feed it the wrong habits. It keeps working, steady and loyal, quietly enduring, until one day, when it is overwhelmed, that cry for help can come suddenly as chest pain, a stroke, or worse, as a moment you never wake up from. But the most beautiful part is this: you can absolutely change your heart's future. You do not need expensive treatments. You just need to start right at your everyday table. Life is shaped by small choices, and whether your heart stays strong or grows weaker is being decided right now, in the moment you choose to listen to yourself and take care of yourself. If you found this video valuable, leave a positive affirmation for yourself in the comments. I choose to love my heart starting today. And do not forget to like the video and share it so more people can learn how to protect their hearts too. Subscribe to the channel so you can join me as we keep moving forward on a journey to live healthier, live longer, and live happier every day. Thank you for staying until the end of the video. I will see you again in the next deep, meaningful share.